Welcome to Mindflow Radio.
We are creating conscious community by sharing mindful manifesting skills and transcendental music.
We are all in this together.
Kill yourself for recognition.
Welcome to Mindflow Radio.
Mindflow Radio.
Here we are. She's Jai Lynn.
And he's Monty.
Hey.
And we have our special friend here, Adam.
What's up, everybody? Yeah.
He was
Indeed.
playing guitar and sharing his beautiful voice with us in that last song.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Felt good. We caught a vibe.
we
We
did.
caught a vibe there.
Yeah.
Caught a wave.
The musical experience can be a mystical one,
Yeah.
for sure. Kind
Yeah.
of transcend that whole analytical mind thing and just get
Totally.
into the groove.
Totally. Yeah.
Peaceful.
Something, once flip that switch, as soon as we started playing, just catch that wave and go with it. So
Yeah, this is a pretty exciting show. Our friend Jeremy is over filming us. So it's our first
Thank you, Jeremy.
filmed podcast. So we're all a little nervous, I think. But we're doing all right.
Here we are in 2020.
Yeah.
2020
December. Oh my goodness. That reminds
2020
me.
vision.
Monday is the eclipse.
Uh-huh.
So if you get to hear this before the eclipse, how can you set an intention for what's next?
So what's your intention?
Shoot.
Mhm.
My intention is personally to
Yeah.
get everything out of the way that's obstructing my potential.
Are you talking like old thinking patterns
Yep.
that are unproductive?
Yeah. Old thinking patterns. Get that self-doubt, kick it in the butt,
Yeah.
get it out of here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Work on that, reducing the negative self-talk, perhaps.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we all got some of that.
More time for presence.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Peace lies in presence,
Mm-hmm.
a peaceful state of consciousness.
Presence is just magical,
Well,
honestly.
It's reality. It's connecting with the moment,
Yeah.
And if we never do that, or if we do that, if we don't connect enough with the moment, then we're not even alive, essentially.
In our
we're
vitality.
Well,
Like we're obviously alive. Our heart's beating.
yeah, we don't have that feeling of aliveness running
Okay.
through our being
All right.
if we're not connected
Mm-hmm.
with the moment, I believe.
Gotcha.
it's like being alive but not living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being kind of a
That's-
zombie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Totally. I've thought about that concept quite a bit,
Uh-huh.
where it's like that whole that autopilot thing.
Yeah.
And that computer it's running, but it's on sleep mode, type of thing. And so, yeah,
For sure. Breathing
you
on auto.
know,
Mhm. The mind just keeps replaying something you saw on the news
yeah.
over and over and over and over.
Or even something that just happened 5 seconds ago. That's the past too.
Totally.
Or fearing the next 5 seconds is the future.
So how do we get connected with this moment?
Mm.
How do you get connected, Adam?
I mean, I guess the breath is the big one.
Okay.
That's the teaching. I think it's easier said than done a lot of times.
Yeah.
To stay there. Yeah, I think just coming back to the breath and just coming back yourself, just constantly, reminding yourself, I'm here, I am here, I am, and just, kind of, I guess for me, it's more looking inward, just looking inward, changing this perspective, flipping, how they say, instead of looking, outward, you flip the mirror, so to speak, and just changing that perspective to, looking inward.
What are you seeing when you look inward?
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Noticing
You see
your
a lot of things,
feelings
yeah.
and
Yeah, just
a lot of those things are beyond words, right? When you
Yeah.
start looking inwards, it's how you feel.
totally. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it could be any number of things. When looking inwards, it could be the body, it could be
Yeah.
when you're looking in, you're noticing, you could just go through, body, mind, spirit, you're looking inwards. Are you just looking at the body and feeling, am I tense? Am my shoulders tense?
Exactly.
Am I sweating? Am I,
Yeah.
and then you can go into, the mind, what am I thinking? Am I ruminating? What am I thinking about right now? What am I afraid of? What do I keep, what is this rumination? What's this, and then, even deeper, you get into the spirit, and that's, and I think, like you said, that's where you get into, you start to get into stuff that's a little bit more undefinable or, difficult to define or,
beyond words.
subtle. It's more,
It is
you get into
subtle.
those more subtle layers.
That's what the Quakers, they believe that if you can, because they get together in groups and just sit silently until somebody is able to hear that subtle voice, and then they speak out. But the whole idea is you need to quiet the mind first before you can
totally
get in touch with that.
Totally. Yeah. I think, the mind, you have to quiet, like you say, you have to quiet the mind first. You have to you have to get the mind into a place where you can be sensitive enough and you can be, open enough and in tune enough to even start to notice what you're feeling, what your mind's doing, or if you want to go all the, what your spirit's doing, or what your, consciousness or subconsciousness is doing, or, so, yeah. So starting, the mind is, calming. That's my, that's my journey is getting the mind to a place where, calming the mind down to a place where I can start working on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So how's it working? How you doing with that?
I mean, it's a work in progress. I think this journey, of self-discovery and journey of, self-inquiry is definitely a roller coaster. It's
for sure. Yeah, right.
So it's been wild.
It's not always easy.
Yeah.
It's never boring.
So I've been on a journey,
How long have you been on this journey?
Well,
approximately.
I mean, intentionally.
Yeah.
Intentionally, I guess I've been on this, I've been on this journey for, I'd say intentionally 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I started getting into yoga and started getting more into spirituality and, some Eastern stuff, probably, 4.5, 4.5 years ago, something like that. So, but even more really, really intentionally and really starting to feel like I was moving into a space where I'm actually, I feel like I'm making more progress, or actually opening up to some of these concepts and really starting to, quote unquote, figure more stuff out. That's been this year.
Wow. Nice.
early 2020, moving into, and then moving to the Driftless region has been, the energy here has been great for that too.
So 2020 vision.
2020 vision.
2020, man. It is leading to some clarity.
Yeah.
Totally.
I agree.
Ironically,
So, 2020 is not, it's not a waste. 2020 is this year. It's a great year for that, self-inquiry, for that, that inner work, and we have all this time on our hands to utilize.
It's true.
For healing.
It's true.
Absolutely.
So
The universe sent us all home. Go home. Figure it out.
totally.
Yeah. For myself, if one key is for me to be moderate with my with my screen time.
Totally. Yeah.
You know, because we're all in this, or a lot of us are in this place of having a lot of alone time, or more of that. It's like, what do we do with it? Is the question. You know.
Yeah, which can lead into, we have the time. How do we get ourselves to choose to be motivated to take care of ourselves?
Totally.
And
what motivates us?
Yeah.
What motivates you, Jai Lynn?
Getting to that perception that you're talking about, and just feeling inside. I literally have to say, I'm here now. I literally over and over
And
have
that's
to
awesome.
say that.
That's great. You know,
Does it work?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I breathe into my back and I notice the tension and try to relax it, which isn't always successful, but it's just being able to look in, and that motivates me because sometimes I am successful and sometimes I'm not. And the self-inquiry that you can get to is fascinating.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm never bored.
Totally. Yeah.
Well,
Definitely
and
scratch that off the list.
It can feel really good
Yeah.
when you get into those deeper levels of connection
Yeah.
with yourself.
For sure.
With reality, I think. And
Oh, absolutely. It's, you know, I think like it's, you know, you could say it could feel, you could feel certain adverse things, but it's like, if you're really if you're really in tune and just like, you know, really in a space, like you're gonna feel good. Like that whole blissed out thing where like, you know, all these like, you know, mystics and yogis and like all these people that have really dialed into that stuff, you know, they were just like blissed out all the time. You know, they were just like,
they found it.
And it's like, even if something bad, you know, quote unquote bad, or something adverse happens, or the body, you know, the body goes, or the body, you know, has pain or whatever. It's like, they're not attached to that.
Yeah.
You know, so they're still, they're still happy. They're still blissed out because they, you know, they've found that space.
They know what's beyond.
They know, they know there's more.
Yeah. And there's no reason worrying about being sick at the moment, because
well, and they've earned it too through their training. And
absolutely.
Some people I think are just there naturally.
Yeah.
You know, not myself.
Not all the
I need
time,
to really
probably.
work at it.
Yeah.
I think there's a type of person that naturally is neutral.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a person that's naturally blissed out without work. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that every enlightened being has put in tons of training in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe they started off neutral, but they got to that blissed out place. I know for me, I've been feeling a drop in, I call it. Like I drop in to myself. And it's such a cool feeling. It's just like,
totally.
oh,
yeah,
okay,
right.
this is it.
Yeah.
I've got it for a moment.
Yeah.
And if I like clutch at it, it's gone.
Exactly. And that's what I've been working on too, is like not, you know, don't like overthink it, you know, because as soon as you start like overthinking it,
it's
you know,
it's
it's gone, you know, it's like,
for sure.
I thought of this little like, you know, mantra or phrase like a couple years ago. It's like, if we grip the branch of life too tightly, the branch breaks. You know, that's like a little thing I wrote down a while ago. But it's just like, so it's like I've been working on that a lot, where it's like just staying, like you said, staying neutral, staying in the middle, and just like not, you know, being okay with all circumstances, and like the non-dualistic. You know, the non-dualistic thinking is like super important.
So not being judgmental.
Yeah.
Because that'll take your mind right into a place of prison.
Said.
Yeah, right.
Well, for the good or
Puts
bad.
us in some little box.
Yeah.
You know?
For good or bad. You know what I mean? Don't hold on. Don't grasp at good and don't grasp at bad.
Right.
If
That's
you can
so
get
hard.
to a place, where
For
you're not
sure.
grasping at either, it's like you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the flow.
You're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and once you're in the flow, that's when perhaps the universe really supports you as well. And you can really create some like amazing things in your life and for our culture, et cetera.
Totally.
Et cetera.
Totally.
So
I think
it's not caring, it's going about things in a different way.
Totally.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting and scrambling, we're just connecting with reality.
Totally.
I feel like the training itself gives inspiration, and inspiration is motivation, right? Like, that's how I'm seeing it as we're talking.
Inspiration feels good.
Yeah.
You see, I'm motivated by feeling good. You know, and I mentioned before, just I consider myself a hedon, but I believe in karma.
Yeah.
I combine those two.
Yeah.
And it seems to work really well. And maybe it's, maybe I'll transcend that someday too. But for now, it's working.
Totally. Yeah. The motivation, I think the motivation, like you say, is the results.
Yeah.
The motivation is the practice. So it's like, or like the word faith popped into my head. So it's like motivation or faith or like, I think motivation and faith can tie together because it's like, but it's like you see that it's working. You know what I mean? You see yourself.
You see the results.
You're making progress. You're motivated to keep going because and you gain faith when you see that certain practices, certain mindfulness practices really do improve your state. Your
point.
So
or even the body. For me, yoga is so key.
Totally.
And sometimes I forget about it, and I'm like, oh man, my shoulder hurts so bad, and can't figure it out. And then, I haven't done that yoga for a while, and
totally.
Getting down the routine that's good for our particular body is so key.
Oh, yeah.
So key.
And again, yoga can just feel really, really, really good. When you dial it in and figure out what works best for your body.
I think that's the key too, is not every yoga sequence is good for me individually, for any of us. And it's really important that if someone goes to YouTube and they find a yoga series and it doesn't resonate with them, that's just one series, one teacher. Totally. There's the ocean of yoga is so vast. Just keep exploring.
Absolutely. No, you got it. Yeah. You got to find what works for you and what works, for your body type and your, your path and, what resonates with you. You know, absolutely.
Yep.
That's
what your body needs.
Super important.
What your mind needs.
So I know, like I was definitely, like I almost overdid it.
Okay.
But I mean, I wanted to like do everything, do all the yoga and just like, push because you could push the body too far.
Oh, yes, you can.
And just, like,
you can pull a muscle.
And just use joints, wearing out your joints. And, so you got to be mindful with, what practices you're doing and, and be kind to the body and, listen to it and it'll,
exactly.
it'll listen to you.
Well,
and there's a quality.
Take the middle path.
Mm-hmm.
That, not pushing too hard, but pushing enough.
Yep.
Right. Which goes with what I was going to say, the quality of the practice. If it could be just a workout, it can, or it could be super soulful where you're mindful of all of the limitations that you have, and without pushing them, you're honoring them and feeling into them. And then that's actually improving your DNA.
Totally.
Because that presence, that quality of being is there to help your body. I think One of my favorite chiropractors, Paul Grenier, likes to say that our body changes. Like we have a new body every year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's fast. That sounds fast to me.
I think it's like every 7 years.
Yeah,
is what I want to.
That sounds more right.
Yeah.
But the idea that some part of you is brand new every year.
Well, it's like you could say every moment. Like every moment you're being reborn.
Yeah.
Every moment you're dying and being reborn.
Yeah.
You know, and because it's like, and I like thought about that more, like every 7 years, but 7 years is happening every moment.
Right.
You're right.
Exactly.
Every moment
That's a
you're
good
being
point.
reborn.
Yeah.
So it's like you're regenerating every second.
Yeah.
Every, you know.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
There's different ways you could think about it.
Yep.
and
you
your
know.
level of regeneration, I would think, is relative to the energy you're creating in your life.
Yeah.
Like if my mind is all agitated and I'm stuck in this place of judgment, I'm probably not regenerating very effectively.
Totally.
Right.
You know. But if I'm in this place of oneness and respecting everyone and everything, including myself, then I'm probably really, my cells are really juiced
Totally.
up with prana or chi.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a
You
new
know.
way of being.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
No, it's like, when you can get to that place where you're just like firing on all cylinders.
Yeah,
type of thing,
Yeah,
and you're just-
totally.
your system, because often I think a lot of people, tend to stay, if you're in that depressed state, whatever that means,
Yeah.
the mind's depressed, the body's
Yeah,
depressed,
yeah.
the energy, the breath is depressed,
Yeah.
and it's like system, you're just firing on like one cylinder. Yeah, you're not going to be able to,
Totally.
create as much, change or create as much healing or, as quickly, so it's, just definitely finding that space.
Well, and they're discovering through these practices, we can change our DNA,
Yeah.
right? With the telomeres. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah. I do want to touch on the depressed thought because I know there's a lot of people suffering with that. And I think that it's not so much about pushing it away as it is honoring it.
Totally.
Like, I'm feeling this. This sucks. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And also finding that motivation inside to know how I've felt before, to remember how I've felt before, and to take time to do the breath work, to focus in and be willing to notice if there's improvement. I think that's important too, because when we're feeling depressed, it can be easy to overlook any improvement and remember all the crap that's holding us down. But if we can honor that, okay, this is heavy, it sucks. All right, where do I feel it? My heart hurts. Okay, I'm going to breathe into my heart. And then from there, how do I feel? Oh, I feel a little better. Okay, I think I'm going to do some more breathing.
yeah.
No.
Well, right. Depression can really be a sign that we're off our path too. I mean, we have to reevaluate,
Yeah.
and the way I see it is depression is like the universe like pushing us down,
Yeah.
saying, slow the F down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And if we just want to plow forward with our path, then we just stay in that place.
Yeah.
But if we can look and try and figure out what's not working for us. Oh, maybe I'm watching too much CNN. It makes me depressed.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll cut back to 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Or maybe we'll just get rid of it altogether.
Yeah, just take a
Totally.
break.
Kill your
Yeah.
TV.
I think that's that what I'm hearing is curiosity, being curious and brave when you're depressed.
Yeah.
And in general, all of us need to be curious and brave. Like,
Courageous. Yeah.
I know for me, when I realized I was on the wrong path, it took a serious amount of bravery and courage to be like, okay, my sanity matters and I'm going to get out of this.
Yeah.
It was really hard, but I did it. And it took 3 years of floundering in space to get my feet back under me. So, for anyone out there who's who's feeling that pain, it's real and you can get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth it. It's worth the courage. It's worth the faith. It's worth the curiosity to
Totally
choose sanity.
Well, I think any kind of change really takes courage because you don't know what's on the other side of the wall.
Right.
Until you go through it. Yeah. Until
taking
you go
that
over
first step.
Yeah.
The first step, that first step is always for me.
Yeah.
Take it when you're down, when you're depressed, when you're in that, dark, deep space. It's like, just like taking that first step is like, can feel so difficult, so difficult. And it's like this monumental task.
Mm-hmm.
But I think taking that first step, is huge. Is so huge.
Absolutely.
Just like take that first step to just like open your door and just like go outside and go for a walk. Take that first step to just, whatever, practice some, do a yoga practice, throw on YouTube and do a yoga practice or something, or just, whatever. Sometimes we have to like really, we just have to, go that extra mile or just do, anything and everything, to get ourselves out of that, space.
And so what I would suggest is a good first step perhaps is, check out some of the Wim Hof breathing techniques, because they have great stuff on YouTube and it just, boom, it really shifts my consciousness.
Totally.
Totally.
And I would also add that celebration. When you think about a little kid who's learning something, they get a little gold sticker, a gold star.
Mm-hmm.
And that for them is giving them the motivation to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So when we celebrate, I went outside, I took myself for a walk. Good job, me. I did it. I feel better. We have to continually acknowledge the better because the old pattern of, nothing's working out for me is so strong. And it's a really big groove in our mental habits. And so when we get ourselves to do whatever it is that is motivating us beyond the depression, celebrate it.
Acknowledge it.
Acknowledge
the good.
Yes.
So often, I think the vast majority of the time, all we're acknowledging is like the bad,
right?
The negative.
Right. It's so ingrained.
Like, this was cool. I did this, but then this happened, or
it's like we've been trained that way. I feel like through the TV, essentially. You watch the news, it's like bad, and people think that's reality. And so we apply that to ourselves. As well, and Confucius has this philosophy about the superior person, and there's like different rules, and one of these rules or precepts is that the superior person points out the good in others, while the inferior person points out the negative.
Exactly. Exactly.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
And then once. If we can get into that habit of seeing the good out in the world, then our mind gets in that habit, and then it naturally gets applied to ourselves.
Exactly.
And if I'm seeing the bad in the world, my mind's in that habit, and I apply that to myself.
It's just
My
perpetuated.
self-esteem is terrible.
You're just perpetuating. It's just
right.
It's all bad.
You gotta break free
out
of that. Break free from that cycle.
Yep.
This is a question of freedom.
Totally.
It is.
Yeah.
So let's be free.
Liberate yourself.
Yeah, freedom. I'm down with that.
Awesome.
Fits into my hedonistic karmic thing.
So funny.
Sorry.
So, any final thoughts for our listeners out there on being motivated and transcending those painful old habits?
Yeah, I mean, the final thing I will say is like, I think the main thing for me, with us talking about depression and difficult times, and yes, we're in it difficult times, but it's like, for me, it's like the biggest thing is like, what am I willing to identify with? What am I going to identify as? You know, I think often we say something like, I am depression. You know, I am depressed. I am this. I am sad. I am not good enough. I am angry. I am, you know, for me, you know, in my teaching, what I practice, what I follow, it's, you know, all of that is essentially false, you know, because it's thoughts, it's concepts, it's words, it's constructions in the mind. I mean, you know, essentially the mind, you know, on the deepest level, the mind is false, you know. So it's like, you are not depression, you know. You are not, you know, you're not what your mind, you know, tells you are. So
what are you? What are you?
You're free, man. You are free.
I love that. Thank you.
You are free.
Adam. We gotta have you on this show more often.
You are free. You are a beautiful spirit. You are.
Thank you.
You are the entire universe. You are everything.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you.
It's it's there. It's there for everyone. Everyone has it inside of them.
We're all God beings. We all got that spark of God within us,
it's
right?
there. Yeah.
Let's get in touch with that.
It's so liberating.
And
it's so amazing.
Liberating.
I mean, yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Well, many thanks all y'all in the Mindflow radio community. We have one more song for you. And we hope you have a beautiful week. Trust in my heart is so beautiful. Trust that the space now is bountiful. Trust in our dance is quite magical. Trust in the love is so powerful.
Om Tat Sat Om.
Trust in our dance is quite magical. Trust in the love is so powerful. Thank you for listening to Mindflow Radio. We really appreciate you. You're part of the IMI community, Mindflow Radio. We are about to have our first webinar to introduce our new online school on mindful living. This webinar is called The Resilient Mind. We'll be talking about how to increase our resiliency and bounce back from this cultural trauma we've all experienced here in 2020. So if you'd like to register, go to www.imi.earth and register right on the homepage. We look forward to sharing some more time with you. And if this has been beneficial to you, please share with your friends. And let's grow the IMI community a little bit more. If you'd like to reach out to us on Facebook, you can find us living large with all of our friends on Temple of the Mind. So there's lots of ways to play some mindful living tunes with us, and we'll talk at you more next week. Blessings.